All right, thanks, Dan. And with Hurricane Beryl now out of the way, the tropics do look to quiet down for a little while, all thanks to Saharan dust. But why does Saharan dust settle down tropical activity? That is tonight's good question for Storm Track 15 meteorologist Michael Crowley.
We are finally done with Beryl, and boy, it was a long 2 weeks of tracking Beryl after it made landfall as a Category 1 hurricane in Texas. And it was a Category 5 in the Caribbean before it made its super long track across the Yucatan, finally into the U.S. And honestly, thank God it's gone, because now we are looking at a nice and quiet picture, but it's a little bit weird. You may be thinking, wow, Beryl showed up so early in this season. We're sure to start seeing more activity from here on out. Well, it's actually supposed to be kind of quiet, and it's not due to the water temperatures. Take a look at this. We're looking at temperatures almost in the 90s in some areas off the coast of the U.S., and the rest of us in the mid-80s. So it's not the water temperatures. Instead, it's the Saharan dust coming in from the coast of Africa. So Saharan dust is essentially dust clouds that come in from the sandstorms of the Sahara. So as this starts to make its way across the Atlantic, you start to see, wow, it's very dry out there over the Caribbean and the Atlantic. And that's going to do two things. So first of all, the Saharan dust forms from Africa. That will move over the rest of the Atlantic, and let's just say we have a nice, suitable atmosphere for a tropical storm. We have two ingredients: abundant moisture and water temperatures above 80 degrees, which we have both of those in this scenario. But once you get this dust moving through, that is going to shrink those clouds down. It's like you put a sponge in a little bit of water. It just soaks all of that up immediately, or like a paper towel. So that dust is going to get rid of the abundant moisture, and it actually could lower those temperatures in the waters because it doesn't allow the sun to reach into the water and warm them up further. So the Saharan dust is a very good suppressant for any tropical development in the Atlantic, which is good news for us. That means that we're likely not to be seeing anything in the foreseeable future, although this hurricane season is expected to be very active, and Beryl formed in the middle of dry air. So we could be looking at some storms developing, but should be relatively quiet in terms of tropical development, which is great news for all of us. Now, if you want to see a good question of your own answered here on News 15, scan this QR code that you're seeing on your screen right now. That'll send you over to my email, which is mcrowley@kadn.com. You can send me all the good questions that you want, and I'll answer them right here on News 15. I'm Storm Track 15 meteorologist Michael Crowley. I can't wait to hear those good questions.